to put the needle into the machine here. Really, I could pull this out a bit so that everybody can see it. It's actually so difficult to get this in so that the needle is in there properly. Now we put this around the little hook and put this right through the needle. Oh, that was easy. I didn't even need the noise. I didn't need you this time. Haha. Now, we put our bobbin in. First, we take this sucker out, get rid of the one with black thread because we're using cream colored fabric and we don't want to put black thread in there, even though there is some black thread in there already, but we're going to take that out or really hide it when we do our stitching. Because the black thread that is already in there is from when I was just mending the bed sheet. So we're currently making a new skirt out of an old sheet. Let's see here. Where did I put my needle threader? Where did I put my machine threader? Fudge sickles. Oh well, I will find it. I will find it. It's okay. You know what? And even if I don't find it, I can always just use a random piece of thread to do it. Like, I could just use this piece of white thread here and just kind of twist it enough. Create that. Put it down through here just like that. Yeah. And then we just have to make sure that this is all aligned here. Put this through this cute little loop. Pull that a little bit closer so that we don't fully fudge this mission up here. Oh, hello there. How are you? I'm good, and I am from Canada. Show face and full. I'm just sewing right now. Hello. How is everybody doing today? So that is how we get the thread in through the sewing machine. Now we're gonna move this. This is so full of push pins, it's ridiculous. What's that say? No, I'm not lonely and I don't eat dinner. Plus, it's only 3 o'clock. It's not supper time yet. Put this back onto the machine. We're gonna keep these out just in case we need to replace the needle at any point in time. For any reason, we'll put those up there. Now, the scary part where we might actually get pokey prodded. Now we push this underneath of our pressure foot, pull this downward. We're going to pick our stitching. I'm gonna go over here for this. Yeah. And we're gonna make it a little bit wider. just in case. There we go. We're going to put that up to a 2. Okay, perfect. In Canada, which city? Married, do you have husband and children? That is none of your business. Hello. In Canada, which city? I am in Nova Scotia. There are many cities in Nova Scotia. I guess the main city is Halifax. But no, I don't live in Halifax. I don't tell people what town I live in. I do film all in different places all over Nova Scotia. Yeah. That pin's going to be a bit of an issue, so what we're going to do is push that one ahead and pre-pull it out while we are getting our seam ready. That's better. Now y'all can see it. And in Dutch. No, I don't speak Deutsch. Oh, I'm scared that I'm gonna mess up the seam. To be fair, I did not do a good job with the pin placement, like, at all. I also don't own an iron, so I'm doing what I can to the best of my ability with what I have. And like I say, the reason that we're leaving such a large fabric strip on the side of this is because we do have some old black thread in here that is left over from me mending this when it was still a bed sheet. Yeah, so what we're gonna do, the reason why these fabric flaps are so large is because we're going to attempt to hide that. I literally feel like I have to like hold my breath to try not to mess this seam up. This is actually kind of scary. I haven't tried to make my own clothes since I was like 16, 17. Before I moved out of my parents' house. It's been a long time. But it's also been about that long since something has gone to the point that this is, where I actually have to like either continually mend it all the time or just turn it into something new. So this is hopefully just going to be a fun project. And the best part about this, because I'm not a big fan of like the sad beige thing, is my plan here is I'm going to paint on it. Now we get to take these out so that we don't have to worry about accidentally stabbing ourselves. And then afterwards we get to do our back stitching. Oh my gosh. So I absolutely love these specific needle cushions because they have these little chili pepper things on them. These are needle sharpeners. They sharpen your needles. They're full of like little glass and metal beads and foil and stuff. It's kind of cool. And they work really well. The amount of pins. I do use like possibly way too many pins when I'm doing this kind of thing, but once again, like I say, I also don't own an iron, so I kind of need to use that many pins. Like, there's still more going down the edge of what is going to be the bottom when I'm finished. Anyways, we're gonna come back up here. There we go, and Azueta, j'en t'éplumerai. J'en t'éplumerai la tête, j'en t'éplumerai la tête. Do 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 do. Now we're going to treat this like home ec. Can anybody answer me how many times you are supposed to backstitch when you are doing any type of a seam? Everybody leaves when I make the quiz. Nice. Everybody leaves when I make it a quiz. Love it. That's actually kind of iconic. Like, we're not here to learn, bitch. Entertain us. do, do. Make this a grown-up home ec class. Can anybody tell me how many times when you are making a seam for any type of a garment that you are going to wear that you have to do your backstitching? How many times must we backstitch for garments we are putting on? Can anybody tell me? Anybody guess? Let's do a grown-up home ec class. Anybody? No, nobody wants to guess? Okay, so the amount of times that you are supposed to do your backstitching when you are doing any type of garment is up to 3 to 4 times, specifically so that you can account for any type of stretching or any type of, like, I can't remember the word at this moment, but, like, the amount of pressure that's going to be put on your stitching for whoever's going to, like, be wearing it. Somebody might be trying to put on something that's 2 or 3 things too small. Like, you know, I kind of have a bad habit of trying to do that. But we're like, it fits. No, it doesn't. Tension, that's it. You have to be able to account for any amount of tension that the stitches are going to be under while the garment is being worn. So currently I am doing my second go over with the the little zigzag stitches. And then I am going to go back over it twice again with our little straight function stitching. And that is going to be the first seam on our skirt. Now, my favorite part about this specific fabric is that it's beige. And do you want to know what the best part about beige is? I can turn this into like a canvas that I can wear. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I have a bunch of fabric medium that I am going to mix with some of my acrylic paint to make a nice fabric paint. And I'm going to paint like little robins and flowers and stuff onto the bottom of the skirt. It's going to be so cute. I'm excited for this. I got this idea last night. I could not get it out of my brain, and for some reason, instead of even making up a pattern, I just started doing it like the crazy gremlin I am. Hopefully it turns out okay. Before that sticks, I need to unfold that little crease because we don't want any folded creases. We want everything. My thread just snapped. I don't know if... Nope, that wasn't my thread. That was my needle, babe. My needle just broke. And my thread? Oh my god, why is it black? Did I almost just start a fucking fire in my sewing machine? What the shit? Okay, so that's fine. What the hell happened there? Yeah, that's like black at the end of like light pink yarn. I think I just almost started a fire inside of my sewing machine somehow. What the fudge? Like, look at this. This is black. Like, that's burnt. That thread caught on fire. It didn't snap. What the shit? The thread didn't snap. The fucking needle did. How? And that's like, oh shit, that's hot. The hell? Okay, so I'm gonna change out this needle. I kept the needle case out in case I needed to change it. I didn't think I was actually going to need to change it. Okay. Now I'm scared to keep sewing. What the fuck? Okay. I choose you. Feel like a fucking Pokemon master. To be the Pokeball master is my destiny. Go back. Sorry, gotta catch 'em all, gotta catch 'em all. Apparently my sewing machine's all like, gotta snap 'em all, gotta snap 'em all. Needle's gone. If this one snaps, I'm just gonna sit here and laugh my ass off, I swear. If this needle actually, like, catches the thread on fire again and snaps, I'm just gonna sit here and laugh. I can't. Like, how? How that even happened, I'm not certain. Oh, let's take a look at this. Like, what the hell happened? Yeah, it's a little bit pulled. But, like, how? What the shit? No, it's fine. We'll just keep going. We'll just keep going. It's okay. Actually, gonna start way up here. I need to lift my chair up some too. Oh my gosh, that actually made me nervous. Oh, my belief that happened. I'm only half existent, really. Wow. Put my spare needles up there. The fuck? Nessa, honey, I need you to get out from under me, please. Hey, Bunny. Duncan, this is not a good time. I love you dearly, but if you come in and step on this pedal right now and murder my thumb, I'm going to cry and scream and be very upset. You're grabbing his Ellie? Oh, he has to be dried off from being outdoors anyway. Huh? He has to be dried off from being outdoors anyway. That's why he ran to me. He hates being wet. Yeah, he doesn't care. Runs to sis. It's been a thing since he was a puppy. Yeah. Well, that just hit a pin. Okay. pretty good, I believe. Making a new skirt. And then I'm gonna paint on it. Yeah. I'm live streaming it, so I'm doing Home Ec 101 for adults.
I figured I heard you talking to somebody and I didn't hear any talking back, so
I love you so much. I love how you just know when I'm doing it. Oh Lord. So the first go over, you do your first straight line. The second go over, you do your first zigzag, and you make sure that your zigzag lines up with the edge of your first straight line. The second go over is you do a second zigzag that is just a slightly smaller sized of ziggy-zag stitch. And that should make it crisscross over into an X. Sometimes it doesn't, most times it does. And then afterwards, you do a second straight line the whole way across on the other side of your little zigzag X stitch pattern that you did for your seam. Oh, fudge sickles, I accidentally went into my X pattern, but that's perfectly fine because that's what this little lever on front is for. You push this and it takes you back up to where you made your mistake. It doesn't take the stitching out, it just adds more in there, but it does take you back up to where you made your mistake so that you can unfudge it. And honestly, all that's really gonna do is make that spot in your seam a bit stronger. And yes, I know that a lot of different designers and such will like scream at the top of their lungs over that little mistake stitch, but honestly, I think it adds character. Like, it shows that, I don't know, maybe that's just me. It's just not complete and utter perfection, which is fine. You don't need perfection. I mean, you don't exactly want to look like you pulled it out of a... You don't want it to look like it was made by a monkey, but you don't need perfection either. Like, see, that's a nice seam. Now, what do we do? Well, we are going to take this should take this pin out. Oh my gosh, look at the sewing machine bent the shiznit out of that. Okay. There's my pin cushion. And we're going to flip this downward. Now, because we have flipped this downward in a spot where it's already pinned, we don't actually need to do a whole lot with it other than... Now make sure that we are tacking it at the very, very, very bottom of this. Because if not, we can fuck the whole garment up. Oh, this is the only thing I've ever done that requires like a tiny bit of an amount of skill, and I always fudge it up, and I am like praying right now that I do not this time. Get out of it. No. No, go lay down. Go. Come out of here. Not with the sewing machine going, buddy. No, honey, I love you too, but you can't be directly underneath of me with sharp needles going. And definitely not on top of the sewing machine pedal. This is just slowly going to turn into a horror movie. What happens when your dog steps on your sewing machine pedal? Duncan, no. Please, I don't want my hand to get pulled into this. Oh. Nessa, scooch. Scooch so he can have some room. I'm just gonna shrink myself down a bit so I can reach that better if I move it. I just don't want to have my hands ruined because he decides to lay on the foot pedal. I know, buddy. I love you too. Thank you for scooching. Ouch. I'm gonna pretend, I'm gonna pretend I didn't just stab myself by accident with one of these needles. Eh. Well, at least I'm not bleeding. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna stuff that in there for now. And we're gonna come back over here to make sure that this end lines up with that one. Did I just drop a pin down there? Fudge sickles. I did. It is bad luck to drop pins. Good luck to find a pin that you dropped, but it's bad luck to drop pins. Okay. Okay, now. Whew, we get to the hard parts. Whew. Not gonna be fun, not gonna be easy. Well, it might be fun, but it's definitely not gonna be easy. So Okay, now. I always want to flip this over, but I know I'm not supposed to flip this over. Okay, so honestly, you're really supposed to start up in here where it's easiest, but I really don't like to do that. However, that's what you're supposed to do, and because this is our basically adult home economics class today, it's how we're going to do it. We're going to do it the way you're supposed to and not the way that I want to. Okay. And like I say, this is like the most difficult part of making your skirt, and this is the part that always makes me nervous. So, yeah. If anybody messes this up, do not feel bad. Oh. I feel like I have to hold my breath doing this because like I say, this is the one part, it takes a lot of skill, okay? I say it takes a lot of skill because I always mess up this part, and I'm like praying that I don't right now. I'm like holding my breath while I'm trying to do this. And the funny thing is, my like clothing making methods are so simple that anybody could do it. However, at the same time, I'm over here like, this is daunting. I don't even really know why. It just feels so much more high pressure right now than normal, and I don't know. It's probably like just fully just a me thing. Okay, so we just keep separating these two little flaps that we pinned down so that we can keep our measurements the whole way down while you sew down one side and leave the other side completely alone. That is the last part of the task for when the pins are out. Well, no, not even for when the pins are out. That's the edges, really. But yeah, we do the other edge after we finish this bit. And like I say, we do not bother with the corners yet because that is the last part of the task here for when our pins are out. We just kind of go over it. And then we are going to do our full little circle around after. Why that felt so gosh darn scary, I don't even know. Because it's not scary. It's like such a simple... I'm a weakling. That's what it is. I am a weakling. There we go. We get it in close to the crease, and then we straighten this back up and continually pull this little crease apart while we sew the other side. Nice. Like I say, these here are just tacking stitches to keep this in place for when we do the actual work, but I mean, this is still work. And yes, once again, I understand that most actual designers would lose their ever-loving shit over what I'm doing right now. Okay, now we get to take the pins out of here. All of our tack stitching is done. I'm actually rather excited about this right now. Oh, I just had like a minor league heart attack getting this done properly, or trying to get this done properly. If this is stuck together when I pull these out, I am going to like cry. If I accidentally stitched this fabric together somewhere, I'm gonna cry. So far, so good though. Whew. And one last pin. Oh, moment of truth. Oh, thank heavens. Okay, so this is going to be the bottom of our skirt. Whew. All right, ladies, let's pretend I didn't have like a minor league extreme panic attack over that and keep going. And this is where our even stitching comes in. Okay, and this is the part that I probably should have trimmed off, but you know what? I'm going to do my best to try to work with it instead. Here we go. Let's keep it going. Oh, fudgesicles! That was not supposed to happen. So my sewing machine's being a little bit jumpy today, but that's okay. That happens sometimes. I'm just like praying that I don't take a thumb off today. Like, the only thing, like, that's the one thing that I'm hoping for. That's the best way that this is going to turn out. I do not take off a thumb sewing. Oof. Best way that this can turn out. I don't even care if, like, the dress turns out well. If, like, the skirt turns out okay. I care if I keep all my digits. This could be the ugliest skirt ever to be seen on earth. Like, this could be the ugliest thing known to man. I don't really care as long as I keep my fingers. Oh. Okay. Hello, how are you today? Okay, so this hem is officially not going to be coming undone anytime soon. And we can always pull it upwards a bit as well. So now we're on to this end of our skirt. I knew I saved this for a reason. Nice. Okay, now, where did I put... I know I have scissors somewhere right here. Or at least I thought I did. I'm losing my mind, y'all. Could have swore I had a set of scissors right here. You know what? It's fine. I'm gonna get so much shit for this, but you know what? It's fine. I hate that I'm doing this. Well, I just did that. Okay. I'm definitely going to have to, like, do some extra stitching to fix that up, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Whew. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Ah. Let's set this into the fabric and get our pins. Okay. Okay, so we have that put into there now. Oh my. Our next endeavor is our push pins again. I'll scooch this out of the way so y'all can see what I'm doing here. Why did I pull you? Okay. So, everybody, basically what we are going to do is we already have our elastics put underneath of the fabric. I really should cut the end off of this, but I'm not going to yet because we might need some of the length. We are going to try our... Oh, you get right back up there where you go. Bad elastic. I know that I shouldn't really be growling at it right now because it's not even in place on the table where I need it to be, but still, it's like, I just want this to do what I tell it. That sounded ridiculous. I'm over here like bossing around the fabric project. Oh. Proof that I'm a nuisance. Maybe just a little bit higher. Yeah. Come down a little ways and stabby stab. And just make sure that it stays even. Oh my land. That is the thing with this. We have to like make sure that the fabric strip stays even with the rest of the fabric strip. Okay. Hold on to the elastic and stabby stab. And why do I use so many pins? I don't know. I get nervous. Now, more pins. And another one. Another one. Just gonna scooch this ahead a little bit. But of course it is. Of course. But of course. You do what I tell you. You come over here. You flip the fudge down like you're supposed to be. Do what you're supposed to. There we go. Now, anxiously stick 3 or 4 pins in this before I flip it over. And try to fix up the other side, because that's slowly turning into a disaster the more I work on the one side. Okay, now we have this side over here to work on. Just going to take this and get it up here where we need it. Get up there. Go the whole way across. Back to the little fabric opening we created specifically for this. That we are also going to have to hold hem. Okay. Once again, get back to anxiously putting in pins. All right, we keep going with our pins. Okay. Just keep going. Just keep going. All right, there we go. Probably sounds a little bit silly, but I don't think I've ever felt more like I'm gonna make my grandma proud than I do right now. Making a skirt out of a old sheet. Sounds ridiculous. Just gonna ready this to flop around a bit. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Ouch. Of course, I already stabbed myself. Oi. Wouldn't be one of my sewing videos specifically if I didn't stab myself at least 58 times. Move our pressure pedal and off we go into the great unknown. What just happened and why did my machine stop? That better not. Okay. Okay. I was just being paranoid. If the pressure puts pushing the pin out, I might as well just take it out. Oh, I'm over here like praying that I don't like catch the fabric for the bungee inside of now do y'all see why this shit makes me nervous? So this is going to be the waistband of our skirt. And we are making us a nice old style frilly type skirt, so. There we go. Okay. Now I get to take all these pins out and stop being so damn anxious that I'm going to stab myself. Alrighty. Okay, there we go. Now, on with this. We are going to come over here and switch our stitching just a little. Oh no. Okay. It's fine. Oh, sorry, hero. Okay. Yeah, so far it's not too bad. Let's pull this right side out just to take a look here. Okay. And this is going to tie in the side or the back anyway, so should be fine. Okay. So we've got that much done. We're going to try this on over top of our clothing. There we go. And okay. So now I just have to get this to a decent length. Okay. There we go. Now scissors. Where did I put those suckers? Right here. We want this about the same length. I actually want this a bit shorter, so we're going to yank this some more. Now, all right, now our homemade ruffle skirt is all ready, and we can get this cleaned up, and then after we get this washed and defurred and stuff, we can get started on painting the bottom. Okay, so I'm actually going to adjust the way that it sits on me for a second here, or just pull this over top. Okay. It's really not too bad. I do have to get it cleaned up. But like I say, really it's not too bad. It sets nicely. We got this done rather well. Okay. So, yeah, now I guess I just have to take it off, get it cleaned, and then we'll start fabric painting it. And we will do the fabric painting for the skirt in our next live. I love y'all. Bye-bye. Mwah. Subscribe.